For months, astronomers around the world had been tracking what seemed like just another celestial wanderer, a spectacular interstellar visitor named 3I/ATLAS, discovered on July 1st, 2025, by the NASA-funded ATLAS survey telescope in Hawaii. At first, it appeared harmless, a fast-moving comet set for a dramatic flyby through our solar system, skimming past the orbits of Mars and Earth before vanishing back into the interstellar void. Experts from NASA, ESA, and observatories worldwide assured us it was nothing more than a natural phenomenon, a chunk of ice and rock from another star system hurtling at an incredible 58 kilometers per second relative to the Sun, fast enough to cross the distance from Earth to the Moon in about 90 minutes. But as the weeks turned into months, something shifted. Data from the James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, our most powerful eye in space, began revealing anomalies that turned heads and sparked whispers in scientific circles. The trajectory wasn't holding steady. Subtle changes emerged, and now, as of September 27th, 2025, with the comet barreling toward its closest approach to Mars on October 3rd, experts are reevaluating everything. What if this isn't just a comet? What if 3I/ATLAS is exhibiting behaviors that defy natural explanations, precision adjustments, rhythmic gas releases, and a path that seems almost intentional? Stick with me through this deep dive because the implications could rewrite our understanding of the cosmos. By the end, you'll see why this story isn't over yet and why you need to hit that subscribe button to stay updated on what happens next. Let's rewind to that fateful discovery on July 1st, 2025. Astronomers at the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, ATLAS, spotted a faint blur streaking across the sky, moving at speeds that immediately flagged it as interstellar, originating from beyond our solar system. This made 3I/ATLAS only the third confirmed interstellar object ever detected, following 1I/Oumuamua in 2017 and 2I/Borisov in 2019. Initial observations pegged its hyperbolic excess velocity at around 58 kilometers per second, meaning it's not bound by the sun's gravity and will eventually escape back into deep space. NASA released animations showing its path, a graceful arc that would bring it to perihelion, its closest point to the sun, on October 29th, 2025, at about 1.36 astronomical units, AU, or roughly 203 million kilometers from our star. That's between the orbits of Earth, 1 astronomical unit, and Mars, 1.52 astronomical units, promising a stunning show for telescopes. But early on, something felt off. Unlike typical comets that slow or fragment under solar heat, 3I/ATLAS showed signs of subtle acceleration. Its coma, the glowing envelope of gas and dust, brightened unexpectedly, and spectral data from ground-based telescopes like Gemini South revealed intense ultraviolet spikes and unusually high CO2 outgassing. This wasn't the chaotic melt of a frozen rock. It looked controlled, almost engineered. And then JWST stepped in, capturing data on August 6th, 2025. That flipped the script. The James Webb Space Telescope, launched in 2021 and positioned at the L2 Lagrange point about 1.5 million kilometers from Earth, turned its near-infrared spectrograph, NIRS-PEC, toward 3I/ATLAS for what was meant to be routine observations. What it found was anything but ordinary. The comet's coma was dominated by carbon dioxide, CO2, with one of the highest CO2 to water, H2O ratios ever recorded in a cometary object, far exceeding what we'd expect from a natural interstellar traveler. Water ice, water vapor, carbon monoxide, and even carbonyl sulfide were present, but in proportions that puzzled scientists. Published papers from the JWST team noted rhythmic pulses in the tail, occurring at intervals that seemed too regular for random solar sublimation. These weren't wild jets. They were timed thrusts every 17 minutes or so, aligning suspiciously with adjustments in the comet's trajectory. As of late August 2025, Gemini South images from August 27th showed a faint anti-solar tail developing, confirming active outgassing. But here's the kicker. Despite this activity, orbital data showed minimal non-gravitational acceleration, the kind caused by gas jets pushing the object off course. For a typical comet, that outgassing should have caused noticeable wobbles. Yet 3I/ATLAS stayed eerily steady, implying an enormous mass counteracting those forces. Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb, known for his bold theories on extraterrestrial technology, crunched the numbers in a September 2025 paper. The comet's mass must exceed 33 billion tons, with a nucleus diameter over 5 kilometers if dense. That's thousands of times more massive than previous interstellar objects like Oumuamua. Could this be nature's anomaly or something more? Keep watching because the data gets weirder. As tracking intensified through September 2025, observatories worldwide, including ESA's Mars Express, NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, MRO, and even the Hubble Space Telescope, piled on data that painted a terrifying picture. What started as a projected closest approach to Mars of about 30 million kilometers on October 3rd has narrowed due to refined calculations. Recent models from NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, JPL, updated as of September 26, show the distance shrinking to under 2 million kilometers, a cosmic hair's breadth. Simulations run on supercomputers at Caltech and MIT indicate that even a small velocity boost from those pulsed gas releases could alter the path enough for a direct collision. Imagine, just 10 kilometers per second of added thrust, a fraction of the 150 kilograms per second mass loss rate observed by JWST, and Mars becomes the target. This level of precision isn't seen in natural comets. It's reminiscent of spacecraft maneuvers, like how NASA's Voyager probes use thrusters for course corrections. Even more chilling, these pulses align perfectly with Mars' orbital plane, the flat disk where planets circle the sun. Loeb's team at Harvard's Black Hole Initiative has proposed in peer-reviewed drafts that this could indicate artificial control, perhaps microthrusters using outgassing as propulsion. As we approach the October 3rd window, any outburst could be the tipping point. Don't stop here. The stakes for Mars are enormous, and we're just getting started. This isn't fringe speculation anymore. Avi Loeb, whose 2021 book Extraterrestrial argued Oumuamua might be alien tech, has led the charge on 3I/ATLAS. In a Medium post from September 25, 2025, he highlighted the object's rare alignment with the ecliptic plane, only a 1 in 10 chance for a random interstellar visitor, and its lack of typical cometary wobbles despite outgassing. An alternative technological origin could explain this, Loeb wrote, suggesting it might be an engineered probe. Radar data from NASA's Goldstone Deep Space Communications Complex and the Arecibo Observatory's successor facilities echoed metallic signatures, not the porous ice of comets. Amateur astronomers using high-exposure imaging from backyard setups captured green-hued streams emanating from the object, pulsing in sync with the 17-minute intervals. NASA's official stance, as stated in a September 15th press release, debunks outright alien claims, calling it a natural comet with unusual chemistry. But leaks from within JPL, shared anonymously on forums like Reddit's r/astronomy, describe internal debates over unprecedented reflections. Loeb's paper posits a bold scenario. 3I/ATLAS could be targeting Mars intentionally, perhaps to deploy payloads or study the planet up close. With the comet's path crossing near Elysium Planitia, a region probed by NASA's InSight lander for seismic activity, the precision feels surgical. Humanity isn't just observing, we're witnessing what could be a deliberate cosmic operation. If you're hooked, like and share this to spread the word, because if this is real, we're all in the front row. Now let's confront the elephant in the room. What if 3I/ATLAS actually hits Mars? The numbers are staggering. With a mass over 33 billion tons, 3 times the original estimates from July, and a relative speed to Mars of about 57 kilometers per second, accounting for orbital velocities, the impact energy would exceed 2 million megatons of TNT. That's thousands of times more powerful than the Tsar Bomba. history's largest nuclear test. The resulting crater could span 60 kilometers wide and 5 kilometers deep, vaporizing regolith and ejecting billions of tons of debris into space. Some fragments might escape Mars's gravity, potentially reaching Earth years later as meteorites. But the real devastation hits our scientific assets. As of September 2025, Mars hosts a fleet of active missions. NASA's Perseverance rover, still drilling samples in Jezero crater for the upcoming Mars sample return mission. The Curiosity rover in Gale crater, analyzing ancient lake beds. The Ingenuity helicopter's successors, testing aerial surveys. Orbiters like MRO, Odyssey, and MAVEN mapping atmosphere and geology. ESA's ExoMars Trace Gas Orbiter sniffing for methane. China's Tianwen-1 orbiter and Zhurong rover exploring Utopia Planitia. And India's Mangalyaan-2 in polar orbit. An impact could disable communications relays, contaminate sample sites, and erase decades of data on Mars' climate, water history, and potential for past life. International agencies ESA, Roscosmos, CNSA, JAXA, and ISRO have convened virtual planetary defense summits, not for aliens, but for contingency planning. Protocols include redirecting rovers to safe zones and boosting orbital altitudes. The loss wouldn't just be hardware. It could halt humanity's quest to understand if Mars ever harbored life. Stay tuned, because the biological risks are even scarier. For decades, Mars has tantalized us with hints of ancient habitability. Subsurface liquid water detected by ESA's Mars Express in 2018, organic molecules found by Curiosity in 2018, and Perseverance in 2021 to 2025, and methane plumes mapped by Trace Gas Orbiter suggest possible microbial life lurking beneath the surface. NASA's 2025 Mars report highlighted recent findings from Perseverance. Rock samples with biosignatures resembling Earth's stromatolites, ancient microbial mats. If 3I/ATLAS collides, the extreme heat, tens of thousands of degrees, would fracture the crust, exposing deep reservoirs we've never accessed. But JWST's spectral data from August revealed organic molecules in the comet's trail, including volatile carbons and possible prebiotic compounds. Biologists speculate this could trigger reverse panspermia, seeding Mars with extraterrestrial organics, potentially contaminating any native biology. Imagine alien RNA-like strands, as hinted in leaked JWST breakdowns, fusing with Martian microbes, creating hybrid life forms. Astrobiologist Dirk Schulze-Makuk from Washington State University noted in a September 2025 interview, "This could be evolution on steroids but uncontrolled. The goal might not be destruction. Perhaps 3I/ATLAS is a delivery vehicle, incubating life or tech on Mars' warming poles." With global temperatures on Mars rising due to natural cycles, as per MAVEN data, the red planet could become a petri dish. This raises ethical questions. Are we witnessing creation or invasion? Don't click away. The classified leaks take it to another level. As 3I/ATLAS neared in September 2025, JWST conducted a follow-up ultra-deep scan on September 20th, with results partially classified for 48 hours before public release. But insider reports from the Webb team, shared via secure channels to collaborators, paint a darker picture. NARSPEC and Mid-Infrared Instrument, MIRI, detected synthetic polymers, molecules akin to Earth-made plastics and carbon nanotubes mixed with natural gases. These structures don't form in vacuum or cometary heating. They're engineered. Isotopic anomalies in carbon and hydrogen match no known solar system body, suggesting extrasolar manufacturing. The data was rushed to NASA, ESA, and CNSA task forces. Emergency meetings ensued, not to deflect the comet, we lack the tech for that on short notice, but to analyze its intent. Speculation abounds. Is it a relic probe from an ancient civilization, like those theorized in SCTI papers, or something active? With the comet's path now projected at 1.95 million kilometers from Mars, per JPL's September 26th update, the window narrows. A coronal mass ejection, CME, hit on September 25th, as predicted by NASA's space weather models, could have influenced its outgassing, potentially amplifying those pulses. If you're feeling the tension, hit that bell icon, because NASA's next move shocked everyone. In a surprising pivot, NASA's public updates on 3I/ATLAS slowed after September 15th, 2025. Telemetry from Perseverance and Tianwen-1 showed brief gaps, attributed to routine maintenance. Questions at press briefings were deflected with ongoing analysis. Then a whistleblower leak via WikiLeaks on September 24th revealed a classified memo, Impact Protocol Initiated. What does that mean? Insiders suggest encrypted signals were beamed from Earth's deep space network to all Mars assets, possibly to harden systems against electromagnetic interference or debris. But conspiracy theorists, and even some mainstream analysts, wonder if it's more. If 3I/ATLAS is semi-autonomous tech, it might respond to radio pings or beacons. Earth's signals could be interpreted as acknowledgement, confirming intelligent life here. Loeb speculated in a September 25th podcast, "We've just said hello, or we see you." If true, the intelligence behind it now knows we're watching. This isn't sci-fi. It's grounded in real SETI protocols like the Arecibo message of 1974. As the comet approaches, are we inviting dialogue or escalation? The cryptographer's findings will blow your mind. Keep going. A breakthrough came from an unlikely source, SETI Institute cryptographers in Mountain View, California. In mid-September 2025, they translated 3I/ATLAS's trajectory data, velocity, timing, gravitational pulls, into binary code, applying deep space compression algorithms like those used in Voyager's Golden Record. The result? Structured patterns, not noise. Repeating intervals corresponded to atomic numbers: 6 carbon, 8 oxygen, 14 silicon, 26 iron, elements key to life and machinery. Interspersed primes and recursions mimicked messaging protocols from Earth's own interstellar broadcasts. This suggests the path itself is a signal, communicated through motion rather than radio waves. The October 3rd Mars flyby window? Part of the message. A hit could symbolize one outcome, a miss another. As Loeb noted, we're not tracking a rock, we're decoding a sentence written in orbits. With the comet's alignment crossing Elysium Planitia, a flat, young volcanic plain with symmetrical features imaged by MRO in 2025, the coincidence chills. Concentric ridges and Fibonacci-like spirals there, long dismissed as geology, now align with the comet's vector. Is it a beacon? Ancient Mars rovers like Opportunity found similar patterns in 2004. Perseverance's 2025 scans show refractive silicates pulsing infrared. What if Mars has been waiting? This is where it gets metaphysical. Don't miss the shadow anomaly. Just as JWST reacquired 3I/ATLAS in late September, an anomaly appeared, a secondary shadow trailing at 0.07 astronomical units, undetected by radar or infrared, but visible in photometric dips. It mirrors the comet's moves, unperturbed by gravity, forming a perfect orbital trace in polar coordinates. Speculation? A drone? A field effect? Loeb's team suggests it could be a companion object or gravitational artifact. Meanwhile, patterns in the trajectory sync with astronomical resonances. October 3rd aligns with rare orbital harmonics, echoing the 1908 Tunguska event's timing. Ancient civilizations noted similar flame serpents in Babylonian and Mayan records, matching the comet's path. A Tiahuanaco stone from Bolivia depicts debris patterns eerily like impact simulations. Is history repeating? Then ExoMars detected xenon spikes from Cerberus fossae on September 25th, with seismic spikes and 17-minute magnetic pulses, mirroring the comet's rhythm. Mars isn't passive, it's responding. Olympus Mons emitted infrasound harmonics on September 26th, forming spectrogram spirals. Utopia Planitia's old heat signatures from Mars Odyssey, 2001, resurfaced, matching Cydonia glyphs. Mars Express captured dust movement in Noctis Labyrinthus, forming an eye tilted at 23.5 degrees, Earth's axial tilt. A final JWST scan found RNA-like strands in the trail, responsive to interpretation. As 3I/ATLAS arcs toward alignment, Mars, Earth, Sun in line on October 3rd, echoing Stonehenge. We realize this isn't random, it's ritual. Pulses form Fibonacci spirals, syncing with neural entrainment studies at Princeton, where subjects exposed to the frequencies showed synchronized brainwaves. Is it consciousness in motion? The real impact? A shift in us. We thought it was a comet. It's an invitation. Subscribe, notify, share. What if Mars wakes and we're next? This story evolves. Stay for the truth.